Good afternoon, everyone. Another manga review here on a newer manga that came out not too long ago. Magical Girl Spec Ops, Asuka. You might think that this is like maybe your normal magical type girl or whatever, but it's not. It's actually far more sad and depressing. And kind of pretty gory actually, and pretty graphic. I like it. So anyways, the main plot basically is these monsters invaded. So pretty typical there. They're called the Daisa or Daisas. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but anyways, that's what they are, and basically, they take the form of like humans or even like stuffed animals, things of that nature. For an example, I will show you one right there. Actually, there you go. So there's one right there. That's a Halloween type, is what it's called. And basically takes the form of like a little stuffed animal, and there's your magical girls, and as you can see, you got bodies laid out everywhere, stuff of that nature, and she ends up giving him some sort of like, I don't know, plague or something. His skin's like melting off. So yeah. Pretty graphic in what it is, and at the beginning actually gets really kind of like what's called, because you kind of learn pretty early what happened to the main character's family, and why she kind of is standoffish, doesn't have many friends or anything like that. Yeah, Dices, so I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. But anyways, there's her entering her house, and on a plate there's some, looks like teeth, like and a finger there, fingertip, and she runs into these two. Like I said, they take the form of kind of like bears or whatever, or humans, things like that. And they basically say that, she asks if her parents are still alive. They say yes. And they say that they're gonna send them back to her one piece at a time. And so throughout the weeks, she starts getting pieces of them back until she finally gets their severed heads. And yeah, so this is not like your typical, nice type of thing. It's pretty kind of graphic and sad. So yeah, anyways, so these two girls that you saw briefly there are trying to basically get her to, be friends, stuff like that. These two here, trying to get her to join some club or whatever. So yeah. We proceed through, and we kind of end up running into, what she looks like, and we learn a little bit about them. Chops this dude's legs so he can't run away. We learn a little bit about her gear. But anyways, we learn that these monsters are kind of making a comeback, and they're stronger than what they were before when they last fought them. There were 12 magical girls. Now there was only 5. They're known as like the legendary ones, the legendary 5. Character development, as always, in the first volume you just kind of see what's going on, and it builds the character more than develops the character. I mean, you can see though in the first one, she's kind of warming up to these two girls as friends. She changes back to her magical form to protect them, which she swore she wouldn't do anymore. So you can see that part and that aspect of character development in the first one. Artwork, I like it. It's different. It doesn't have like the bubbly eyes or anything like that. Kind of gives her, like this, the crazy face, and her friends, things like that. Their faces are a little bit different. They're not as round as you can see here. They kind of have a different look to them. I like it. It's different. Not a bad thing. So the artwork is interesting again. But yeah, so I like the artwork. It might not be for everybody, but I like the artwork. Here, as always, is the synopsis that I like to give. So there's that. Would I recommend this book? Yeah, if you're into this kind of series, magical girl type series with monsters, things like that, and maybe a little different story arc, more on the lines of I don't know, Madoka or something, where it's kind of sad or whatever. You might like this this story. It's progressing so far pretty nicely. I'm gonna keep reading it and see where else it takes us, because the end of it, you learn that now there's more than 5 magical girls. There's, I think, like 100 and something or whatever, and some of them aren't good, some of them are evil. So yeah, so you kind of start learning that there's like a wicked organization or whatever, that just wants to cause chaos and harm. And that's where some of these organizations are getting these dices from, or dices, however they're pronounced. Anyways, so that is it for this review on Magical Girl Spec Ops Asuka. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you decide to pick up this manga if you like this review, and hopefully you enjoy this manga as well. Anyways, have a great day, and I will talk to you all in the next review. Bye.